Good morning to you. It must be 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on this beautiful June the 7th of 2021 because it's time for another Hardison'S tip. I'm your host, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, and we do this for all of our brothers and sisters in the sales verticals, key account, major account, up and down the street, in home sales, retail sales, automotive sales. We make it happen. So, just want to continue on from where we started yesterday, talking about the most important person at your organization, the receptionist. The receptionist. We need good receptionists, or we're going to have bad reviews. Bad reviews, low count on what we're trying to achieve. So, your receptionist is the voice of your organization, which I touched on yesterday. And so, for many customers, the first impression that they have about your company is directly tied to the persons who's answering the phone when they get a general number. So, training your receptionist to make callers feel informed and appreciated is essential in this business. Whatever your vertical market, like I said before, the receptionist is the face of your organization, and your reviews and customer experiences are heavily weighted on their performance. There isn't a script ever written that doesn't have some single questions that your receptionist is likely to receive. But can you teach them basic tact, professionalism? Sure, you can. Tact is about being open, honest, being rude or hurting a caller's feelings. Which way would you like it to have it? So, with that in mind, here's just a few things to talk, sit, work, explain to your sales consultant because you want her or him to be part of your success. So many times you need to train them. Speaking clearly. Now, I know with the pandemic, some people like to still have their masks on, which muffles the sound, the quality of the intake that the customer on the other end of the blower is hearing. So speak clearly. Often this means slowing down to some people. And on the other hand, end of the line message, hung up, dead. We need to speak clearly and always not saying is an immediate comes to mind. And here's what I mean. Depending on the nature of the call, your receptionist may need to take a pause and respond more sensitivity. If you're talking fast, they can't receive it. They're going to ask that question, could you go over it? So, depending on where you're at in part of the country, just like I'm from the Northeast originally, and people from the Northeast coming south, they would always say, you folks talk too fast. So, speaking clearly, didn't say get away from your element, just make sure that it's upbeat, it's clear, and you're ready to help them. How about using an acceptable volume level? We've all been on calls where we're saying, wow, this person's blasting us. Same thing with a guest. Use a caller specifically is asking your receptionist to speak up. There's a problem, especially with maybe if they're still wearing the mask. There's no need to speak overly loud. They should just use a calm, normal tone of voice. There's also what we call phone etiquette. Now, that's based on the ability to listen actively and respond appropriately. I'll say that again. Phone etiquette is based on the ability to listen actively and respond appropriately. This means not interrupting callers and repeating important information back to them with the text message or phone message. These help in different areas for the receptionist. Remember, they have people coming to them, they have third party vendors or guests, but we want to make sure that they do it in a sequence of order. The person on that phone is the most important. This helps verify that you understand what that front office or first face of the organization is about. Be patient. Please be patient. If you're training the person, even if a caller is angry, upset, your receptionist should listen to what they had to say and then refer them to the right person. Park them, switch them over to that line. Never snap back, even if it means biting your tongue to avoid such a response. Let them speak and express their feelings and thoughts, and then you respond. And like I told you yesterday, when people say, I don't know what the customer is hearing, you don't want to help me. So when speaking to a caller, the phone etiquette is to not simply tell them what you don't have as far as an answer to their question. Instead, rely with the customer. Here's what I mean: get them to replay in their head voice. Make sure you're taking astute notes, and we're a win win because I know that I got what that customer wanted. Your receptionist might say something like this: That's an excellent question, Mr. Customer, Miss Customer. Let me put you on hold for a moment and get back to you with an answer. Or if it will take more time, would you mind giving me your number and I will get back to you shortly with a response? Can we do that? Do you want to move forward? These are just some of the basics that we're talking about all week for our course. So remember, your receptionist is the face of the organization. Depending on her tonality, depending on the callus and the steps, we may have to slow down, but the key thing to keep you out of that is still taking copious notes. If you take some good notes, you can always leave it at somebody's desk or you can text it to them because you know everybody's phone and text number. There's many things, but make sure that we have everything that that guest said that they're looking for. Once again, Brad Hardison, President Champion Strategies and spokesperson for Hardison'S Tips. Glad to be with you on this beautiful Tuesday, the 8th day of June. Summer's passing fast, so I hope you're hitting your goal. If not, let's get our plan moved into action. We need to be moving before you know it. The 15th will be here. We need to analyze where we're at that point. So, as always, in leaving, you make it a champion day.